Hello, welcome. Very nice to be here as always. I'm excited to be here. Actually, I know I pretty much always say I'm excited to be here, but today is different. Today is really excited to be here. Some of the experience that I've just had that I'm kind of being shown in relationship to this park bench is kind of mind-boggling. I'm absolutely amazed, and I'm going to try to relate to you what I'm being told and shown. So, welcome. Take a breath, sit back. This should be a fun journey for the day, for continuing. And would you just be comfortable? Would you make yourself comfortable on that park bench? Would you just be comfortable? Nice deep breath. Notice where you've been 2 minutes ago. You're not there anymore. And would you be right here? Got to gather yourself up. Be right here, right now. Comfortable. Another breath. And would you bring your attention into that octave, that vibration of well-being, whatever that is. Now, we've been playing at this park bench, playing at Mastering Alchemy for quite some time. And in this particular space, one of the successes that you've been able to create is being able to take a breath and be right now, present time, right here, quiet, present, aware, commanding yourself. So would you just kind of notice how close to that are you? And then would you be there? Now we're starting from a little different place than we usually do because this energy that we're going to play in is really quite stunning. That's the best word I can use for it, or maybe it's the simplest word I can use for it, stunning. Where we're about to play, where you're about to go, what you're about to experience, not just this moment, but from this moment on, is stunning. It's amazing. It's simple. It's just so much available. What we're going to do, though, it's interesting, it shows up today, we're going to pause park bench. Now, we're going to actually step back from park bench. We're going to take a break. We're going to let everything settle in. And this is the part that was quite exciting to me, is we're now beginning to move between dimensions. And in that process of moving between dimensions, one of the things that Park Bench has accomplished, you've accomplished, is setting up the unraveling of the third dimensional game board. It's when you begin to be you, when you begin to give attention to well-being, success, comfortableness, pleased with yourself, I like me. What you're actually doing is beginning to pull the unconscious programming out of the game board, out of that third dimensional game board. And as you begin to give attention to the you that is you, that electromagnetic vortex that keeps pulling us back into, well, this is how it is. This is all there is. This is my plight in life. And in that space of not having passion, not having purpose, not having joy, not being in a state of depression, quite often that electromagnetic field of the third dimensional game keeps us from our dreams, from our possibilities, from our opportunities. But one of the things that the archangelics have said is we are extremely pleased with what you've accomplished. And they said, let us show you what you've accomplished. And we're going to try to play it out right here in this session today. But we're extremely pleased. Now, they never say beyond our expectations because they know all the possibilities and all the probabilities and all the opportunities, but they don't have the physical body. We do. And what they made real clear from the very beginning of Mastering Alchemy numbers of years ago is you create form in form. You create it from the physical space, and you have to unravel it or change it or shift it or redirect it from the physical space. But what they've said is, we are so pleased at what you've done. And you can almost hear, in a way, it's like, wow, we didn't expect all this. And they did it all with a smile. And so take another breath, if you would, and just kind of sit back and let's see if we can begin to play in the new energetics of moving between the dimensions. It's not complicated, but it's a little bit different than what you've known. You see, what you've done so far is you've been loosening up this third dimensional game board, the rules, the unconscious, the programming that says this is how it works. Third dimension, you have freedom. Well, it's what you've been told, but how's that worked so far? And so what's happening is we're beginning to become conscious of being conscious. And as that consciousness begins to take hold, that electromagnetic vortex that kind of keeps pulling us back into a singular point of reference that many times has I'm not okay attached to it. I don't have permission. Oh, I can't do that. Not good enough. But see, you've been breaking that up significantly. And one of the things from the last session last week, where we began to create a couple sessions back, hope as a possibility, not hope as a fear, not hope from a place of despair, but hope from an excitement. And you played there and you created a space. And when you met with hundreds of millions of people on the Easter day and simply said, this is what's possible, the archangels basically said, magnificent. You accomplished something amazing. And it'll take you a little while to see the results, but they were very clear. That was amazing. Now, but some of you are going to say, well, yeah, whatever, didn't feel amazing. It's that unconscious third dimensional vibrational field that says you don't have permission. But see, what we've been unraveling, playing on the park bench, is that unconscious agreement very successfully. Not only have you been unraveling the possibilities or the third dimensional structures, you become conscious of being conscious in well-being, in the octave, in beauty, in the smile, in the heart. And it's in that space that the light that is you is beginning to simply vibrate outwards. It's that place that says, yes, I can. Without recognizing you're saying it over and over many times now, yes, I can. And it's in the yes, I can that the you, 100% giving to you, begins to be exactly the same 100% service for others. There's no longer 100%, 100%. It is all 100%. It's as you be the light, you begin to radiate out this light. So very exciting where we're playing. Another breath, if you would. But the archangelics and the others have said, let's take a break, because what has been set in motion, sometimes when you create in motion, you have to step back from the motion to let it begin to gel, begin to settle in, begin to anchor itself. It's in the dreams and the possibilities that you hold, that excitement that you hold, that sense of you beginning to be you, that is that light that's beginning to influence others. It's quite amazing. It's quite simple. Be happy. Enjoy yourself. Be excited. And that excitement excites excitement to excite others. Yeah, another breath. They've kind of said there's a line that's been crossed. It's that third dimension dissolving itself, and the dreams and of the possibilities you hold beginning to expand. 3D falling away, that multiple dimensional possibility beginning to take root. And their position is you've been extraordinarily successful. So would you take another breath and would you be successful? Would you allow successful to be a vibration in your space? Don't challenge it, just simply, I'm successful. And would you allow it to begin to amplify, because that's part of this energy we're playing in today, amplifying energy. Successful. Notice it with just a feeling, not a label, not a successful at what? Just simply successful. Would you feel successful? Now, some of you might say, I don't know what that is. Well, make it up. See, this is the place. Make it up. Pretend. Allow yourself to be successful. It's literally right here where you make a decision from yes, I can, or no, I can't. It's the unconscious control programming of the third dimension that says, oh, you have freedom, but we don't give you permission to play it out. See, right here, you're beginning to make a decision. Yes, I can. And it's in the decision without the third dimension being considered in the decision. We're right at the place where literally you can look at the third dimension and say, I don't need to be there. I can be complete. Now the energies of the game board kind of say, oh no, you can't do that. You don't you know you have responsibilities. You have. But right here, there's a decision opportunity that says, I no longer need to play the game of 3D. It's not going to just black and white, poof, go away, and now I'm happy in nirvana. It's simply a decision. I don't need to be there. I see 3D. I don't need to put my attention into 3D. Now let's play with this a little bit more. But again, would you just sit back? Take another breath. And would you bring your crown chakra to that agreement of playing at sky blue, where I bring my attention, my crown, right to sky blue. I'm in agreement with everybody else sitting here to begin to take a look at, in this case, stepping away from 3D without having to go back. Sky blue, in agreement. Can you be in agreement with everybody else stepping away from 3D while you step away from 3D? But just a concept. Do you like the concept? Can you be in agreement with the concept, the idea, the thought, the possibility? I can step away from the 3D game board. And you do it without throwing rocks, without blame, without guilt, without pointing fingers. You see, you've been so successful at loosening the game board, that magnetic vortex that just sucks you back into it unconsciously is right at the point of being severed. And again, that octave, you bring yourself into that octave, that joy, ease, there's a buoyancy, there's a laughter, comfortable. And would you just be relaxed? Nothing to do, nothing to fix, nothing broken. There's a choice right here. And you have success that you have played in where that choice can be successful also. I like me. I choose me. Now, would you be really soft and playful, and would you pick a word that is comfortable and successful, a word that allows you to feel successful? A feeling that feels successful. There's an ease, there's a flow to it. Would you find ease? Comfortable? Pleased with myself? And would you find excitement? It's as if you're about to go on vacation and everything's all ready, and the vacation is going to be really exciting. Would you just find that feeling of excitement? And see, here is where we begin to become conscious of intentionally moving between dimensions. It's a skill set. It's not an accident. It's not a wish or a hope. It's simply an attention point, a decision, and a shift in the direction of the energy. You see, in third dimension, you didn't have permission to do that. But here, it's not just permission, it's skill. It's choice of creating the creation you wish to experience. Now, just kind of notice the energy starting to change. Possibility. And what's happening right here is you're starting to have a sense of that energy changing. It's the attention point that we're pulling out of the third dimensional space, and the possibilities, the movement, the excitement, the motion, the energy of motion in the multidimensional realm. It's not somebody else giving you permission to be free. and then controlling the circumstance. Here, it is permission and jumping off the cliff and flying. There is no intermediary that determines the joy you wish to experience. Another breath. Attention. That feeling of success. Just kind of allow it. It doesn't have to be 100%. Allow it to sneak up on you even. You see, all of a sudden you begin to bring your attention into this motion, this movement, this excitement, and it's you. It's who you are. It's not controlled by that third dimensional unconsciousness on the game board. Another breath. And also, as you begin to move through dimensions consciously, see, you really do this quite often all the time, but it's virtually unconscious. You can move from sad to happy. It's kind of a move in a dimension. But in the past, once the vent of happy goes away, we've had a tendency to just slip back into a defaulted state of being, the game board of the third dimension. But here, right here, attention, would you again notice success, just success. What does success feel like? Can you tie your shoes? You're successful at tying your shoes? Yes, I'm successful. Very simple. And there's another component to this moving between dimensions that you've known from the beginning, and everybody knows it. It's that law of attraction. Now, the law of attraction right here is flawless. But that third dimensional game board, that pull, that vortex of energy pulling you back into, well, I'll get to it tomorrow, I'm not okay today. That third dimensional pull begins to be overriding the law of attraction. Well, real simple. I give more attention to what I don't want than what I do want. But here, third dimensional game board, right here, severing that pull to live in the third dimension right now. That's what the archangelics are saying you've accomplished right now, stepping out of the game board. Will third dimension still be there? Oh, of course. But it's not your third dimension anymore. Another breath. So, law of attraction, what you place your attention on is what the universe provides for you. Can't be any more simple than that. I like me. Boom, there it is. I like me. But right here, it's 100% about you being excited about you. And the more excited you are about you in this space of stepping out of that third dimensional pull, you begin to radiate the light that you attract. You draw it in, it nurtures, it's usable, it's recreatable, and the exhale basically flows it out. The more excited you get in the light, the more excited the light expands outward. Another breath. Kind of just notice. You see, we give a lot of attention to 3D and 5D, but really the magic happens in 4D. 4D, the place of the thought realms where I assemble thought. I hold the tension on that thought. I draw the law of attraction into that thought. I excite the thought. I put it into movement, energy in motion, emotion. I put it into motion. Now the breath. But in that fourth dimensional space, we've kind of played with often, is those words and those feelings. So right here, would you find the feeling of I like me? And would you add seniority, the feeling of this is who I am? I am senior in this space. This is my energetic signature. This is who I am. And it's a breath that's in the heart, and it's a light that begins to illuminate seniority. This is who I am. Seniority is a great space. As you step into this space, it's a space of having, it's a space of giving, it's a space of creating. It's very much a space of having for myself, very selfish, the space of giving to self. Third dimension, not that end of the stick, the end of the stick. Third dimension, I'm going to take advantage of, use, be selfish, step on, etc. Third dimension, selfishness, weakness. I need to take from others so they can see I'm strong and I'm big. There is nothing big about that end of the selfishness stick. It's full of weakness and pain. But here, selfish, giving to yourself, beginning to create motion, keeping everything in motion. Motion, it's an interesting word. It's one of the things where people have so much trouble with understanding money in the third dimensional game. They got to collect it, they've got to have it, they've got to store it, they've got to have more of it. And the really simple part is it has to stay in motion. It has to come and go. It has to flow and ebb. It has to be a little bit and then a big bit. It moves back and forth. It's always in motion. And when it's not in motion, in that third dimensional game, it becomes stagnant. Nothing happens. No creation occurs. But right here, this is who I am. And I'm creating selfishly. I'm creating and having my creations, my joy, my excitement, that wonderful dinner I've been wanting to have. It was really good. I'm going to take my friend to that restaurant tonight so they can be excited to be excited, enjoy what I enjoy. See, the movement in that fourth higher realm of the dimension, fifth, sixth, seventh dimension, is all about the in-breath of the energy coming to you in movement, creating in movement, and giving it all away, only to get the next breath to have more. There's no lack. There's only abundance, unlimited possibility. Now, find that happy, comfortable octave space once more if it's moved away. And just take a breath. Is this possible? All this is being said. Is it possible? Of course, it's possible. And right here, it's in an energetic configuration that, with just an awareness of stepping into another dimension and not hanging on to that unconscious programming of the game board of the third dimension, you have permission to enjoy yourself. Now again, that sense of this is who I am. There's a certainty about it, an ownership, if you would. This is who I am. Right in that heart space, this is who I am. And in that heart space, there's a smile. If you'd just notice it, it's kind of smile at the smile. It's always there. And as you allow the smile, there begins to be a movement, an excitement. See, that's what's in the heart all the time, excitement, a joy. And in the heart, there's a vortex also. It spins in the opposite direction of fear. And it begins to accelerate, and it has laughter in it, it has motion in it, it has possibility in it, it has excitement in it. Would you just kind of feel the excitement in the heart? Another breath, and look around at all the others that are sitting at sky blue, the beginning to create emotion of excitement. See, this is the stepping out of the game board of 3D. An agreement about motion. The movement of love is actually what we're talking about. The movement of light is what we're talking about, but it's this motion of excitement. For some, that might be a new concept: excitement, love, joy, movement. Now take it up a little bit higher, bring a little bit more light into it. Now, as you begin to play in this moving between dimensions, what happens is you get to redirect the flow, the angle, the speed of the energy. This is where it gets to be a lot of fun. It's just simply changing the angle, slowing something down, speeding the energy up, increasing the excitement, the amplitude, it goes up and down. It's not complicated. Because to a great extent, it's all about sound. Sound. And what is a word but a sound? And when you structure creation in words, and then you apply the amplitude, the excitement, or the joy, or the contentment, slowing it down, and simply changing the direction from that third dimensional game board into the multi-dimensional awareness. Now, another breath. That was a mouthful. Right here, it's about a word. Would you pick a word that has a little bit of motion to it? Maybe happy, or excitement, or joy, beauty has a little bit of motion. And would you have a thought, a creation, a vacation, something you wanted? Maybe that environment within the landscaping and the architecture of this new realm that you've been creating, this one that is being established. Maybe those Swiss Alps, maybe that lagoon with the dolphins and the whales. And it's a warm day and it's beautiful. Your creation, what is that? And would you kind of speed it up? Would you just begin to be there, bringing yourself right there, the joy that's right there in your creation? And would you be excited about it, increase the amplitude, the up and down vibration? And what happens is it basically goes faster and faster, but it compresses time, changes time and space, the ability to begin to shift into another dimensional configuration more tangibly. See, this is where one of those great gifts had been given to us, and we never saw it from the third dimension. Oh, you heard it. The third and the fifth dimension in relationship to the earth, exactly the same. The trees the same, the chairs the same, the house is the same. It's the same earth, third dimension, fifth dimension. That's a really tremendous blessing, because if I begin to enjoy myself, I begin to change the speed, the angle, the flow, the sound tone, my experience in the exact same space is completely different. You don't have to go to another planet. You don't have to wait until the Earth densifies into another Earth. You have it right now. Another breath. Would that be exciting? That space we've created where hope is equal to possibility. I'm hoping. Well, hoping gets excited at the place where we've created a new configuration of hope. And it's the possibility, and the possibility begins to have more attention on it. Yours becomes more of an ownership. And it begins to happen much faster as you create in a different dimension. And see, where we're playing right here it's really, we're talking about the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, the seventh dimensions right now. They all play together. Another breath. And would you be comfortable in that heart space? I like me. Comfortable, pleased with myself, relaxed. And there's a joy, a laughter, a smile, happy. Would you just bring your attention to what you've just shifted? You see, this is not an academic exercise. This is beginning to recognize successfulness of building a new realm of creation for yourself to reflect and invite others. You see, just by giving attention to this expansion, stepping into a different dimension, which you've just done, it's the joy and the ease and the flow, changing the angle of the argument to something that's possible. It's shifting the pushing against to the pulling to. It's the releasing of the rigid and creating flow and flexibility. It's simply changing the angle of the communication, of the desire. It's allowing the possibility and recognizing you are the creator. Would you be very present, happy, joyful, but very present, very quiet, very aware. Very much commanding of your presence, senior in your space. Capable of creating that which you desire. You just feel all we're doing is changing the flow, the angle, the speed, and allowing that hold of the third dimensional game board to fall away. That hope and possibility right here is where we're playing. It's this space right here where you can command the ability to let the game board fall away. Not a negotiation with yourself, a clarity. You see, it's 100% about you. And the opportunity right here in this new realm where you're sitting, this new alignment, this new flow, this angle, this speed, this different perspective that you're sitting in right now, right here, 100% about me, releasing that third dimensional game board, the unconscious programming that falsely creates freedom. But right here, 100% about me now becomes 100% reflection to all that is. To simply align with the angle, the flow, and the speed of your attention point. And those hundreds of millions of people you touched in this last week, They see you. You see them. And it's right here. Letting go of the third dimensional unconscious programming and being happy. Not a wish, but a choice. See, for many of you, you've heard this in the past. You're big, you're significant, you're important, and you came to make a difference. Would you simply be that being right now, reflecting to all the others that aspect of hope and possibility with excitement and motion? The Archangelics have said it often. We are you and you are we. There is no separation. But right here in this new realm that you have created, that hello to all those hundreds of millions of people, not just on this planet, but in 3D. I am you and you are me. We are you and you are we. With certainty, joy, excitement, possibility. Another nice smooth breath. Happy, comfortable, very present, aware. You see, the most interesting part of this new realm of consciousness that you and many others have been creating for the last 5 years and before, but accelerated in the last 5 years, is that architecture, that landscape, that environment. You see, you are the architecture of the new realm. You can envision the landscape and the beauty. And you can hold the feelings of the environment of respect and dignity, kindness, joy, appreciation, respect one to another. You are the architecture, the landscape, the environment. See, here's the part that was so exciting as the archangelics showed the new realm unfolding. And what was possible from this alignment that you are the architect and the architecture. You are the creator and the creation. But it's what you do with it that was exciting. Concepts, creations, new possibilities, absolutely breathtaking. Laughter seemed to be the language most used. The smile was perpetual. And for many, many of you, of others, who've gone through this lifetime, 3D lifetime, and didn't understand it, felt oppressed, did not have purpose, felt alone. All of that was because you came to hold the architecture of the new realm. And it doesn't matter where you came from, whether it was Arcturus, whether it was Atlantis, whether it was many other places. You were successful. And the part that gets really fascinating is that as you step away from the third dimensional game board pull, stepping away means simply giving no attention to it, allowing it to be a dissolving game. And the more you allow without giving attention, the more the game board falls apart. And there are those that are selfish, that are power oriented and abusive to the game. It's okay. It's okay. Because as you no longer give attention, and those hundreds of millions who are now pulling their attention away, allow the game to unravel. But it's here in this new realm that you begin to do something new. Oh, new. You begin to have a new experience based on what was shown. Many are in the process of remembering. where you came from, skill sets, capacities, knowledge, wisdom, inventiveness. As that energy is pulled away from the third dimensional game board, you're in the process of remembering where you came from. And it just shows up in little thoughts, new concepts, new considerations, possibilities. Many of you are the holders of the information that just your mere presence on the ground in the multidimensional space will allow many others to use and take advantage of positively that which you hold. From where you have come. New creations, new solutions, new possibilities in a new realm of consciousness. The excitement among the archangelics was amazing. The complement of success was amazing. The admiration they expressed is amazing. And they are available to play in your success once again. It's 100% about you, enjoying you, experiencing you, imagining you. When you find that pleased with yourself, good job, very successful. And without any doubt, would you simply allow yourself to have success? You make a difference. And between now and the time we meet again, you will find some very fascinating experiences begin to present. New ideas, concepts, possibilities, new journeys, kind of fascinating thoughts. And would you once again bring your attention to that octave? It sits right in the center of the heart, in that place of the smile and the laughter and extraordinary beauty. And it's comfortable, pleasing, relaxed. And there's a level of connection here that is now available that has not been available in the past. And it's in the smile, the oneness right here in the heart. Unlimited possibilities of joy are available as that third dimensional game board falls away. So would you take another breath with me right here? Would you be pleased with yourself? And would you find that sensation, that feeling, that vibration, change the angle and the speed and the motion and the flow, and the feeling is gratitude. And would you look around at all those that are sitting in this vibration of sky blue in the crown chakra? Many all over are in agreement with your creation. Gratitude. Would you like yourself? Pleased with yourself? And would you allow this small chapter of creation, this creating this park bench, to simply come to a pause, not a completion, just a pause, and step back. Sometimes you have to step back from the motion to let it settle in, to go forward with the next creation. We're at the point of just stepping back for a moment, allowing you to admire what is unfolding in front of you. And would you kind of wiggle your toes and be complete for the moment? And just a pause to admire what you've done. Please do admire what you've done. Would you kind of bring yourself to a place of being comfortable, recognizing you're sitting in a room, pleased with yourself? And take another minute, maybe breathe your eyes open. I like me. See if you can hold the feeling. And over the coming days, weeks, months, and few years, enjoy the creation as it unfolds. And then look in the mirror and say, I've done this. Congratulations, you're successful. Another breath. Thanks for playing with me. I'm thrilled, enjoyed it. We'll continue to enjoy it. Until we meet again and play together, enjoy yourself being successful. Many blessings.